guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to talk to you today about how do you win an offer on a house. So it's a very hot subject. Stay tuned. And welcome back. Thank you so much again for being here. I really appreciate your comments, both positive and negative. They really help me and my company grow. We have been here in the North Carolina area since 2011, and we've helped hundreds of families with their home purchase needs. We do help a lot of people that are relocating national and international, so we are doing an amazing job. So call us with any questions, connect with me via YouTube or any social media platforms. We are there, including TikTok. I know, I'm the TikTok mom. So anyway, this is how you win an offer in North Carolina. I'm going to make it short and easy for you to remember. There are 3 things that you need to remember, and that is something general that's been going on for many years. It's not something new. However, I feel that a lot of people are connecting with agents and they really do not get these 3 things. First of all, you need to be pre-qualified or to have a pre-approval letter in hand. In today's market, if you do not have that, like there, years before it was like, yeah, we have a pre-qual, it's okay, we'll get a pre-approval maybe later. Now let me tell you something. The difference between pre-qual and pre-approval is fairly substantial, as in you need to give the lender a lot of documentation in order for them to say yes, you are approved, right? It's not just an automated process where you say, yeah, this is my information, put it in the computer, and it's just like a fast generated pre-qual. Pre-approval is very important right now because, and that's going to lead to the second thing, that amount that you can lose right now when you go under contract is super high versus a year ago. So you do not want to be in a situation where you discover that there's, you got a pre-qualification lender, you got a letter, you got very excited, and you discover that there's actually an issue with your work, with your debt to income ratios, with your credit, whatever the case is. So you do not want to rush those numbers. Also, the pre-approval is highly advisable because when you go under contract, the lender can actually, with a clear conscience, call the listing agent on your behalf and on my behalf and say, yes, this buyer is actually doing amazing. They do not need anything financially. Their credit score is amazing. They can put down 20% or whatever the percentage is. We're going to go with an FHA, with a conventional loan, or whatever the type of loan is. So the listing agent knows that you're a very powerful competitor when, especially in a multiple offer situation, right? So that's the number one thing. Know your numbers, know how much you want to pay, know your debt to income ratios, connect with a lender, call me. I have the best one out there for you. His name is Johan Alvarez. He's out there. We've done a lot of videos before, and so do not skip this thing, because a lot of people start looking at homes on Zillow and Realtor and they don't even know how much money they have to bring to the table up front. They do not know how much they qualify for, so they're kind of going backwards, right? And then we come and say, hey, you actually need this much up front. These are your closing costs. These are the property taxes and insurance and all of that jazz. So you want to make sure that you know that, okay? That's the most important thing. The second thing that you need to remember is that to win an offer is that in North Carolina, that due diligence fee is like catching God's feet. I'm sorry, I don't know how else to say it, but it's like, yes, once you get the idea of the due diligence and once you understand how important it is to a seller in this state, and that you can actually lose it if you decide to walk away for any and no reason, you are set. You are golden. You are pre-approved. You have the money, the due diligence money, and you understand that it doesn't have to be, a low amount. It could be, I'm just giving you random examples, but we've been there. It could be 50K, it could be 70K, it could be higher depending on how popular that house is. Now, does this mean you cannot offer lower? No, we're going to offer as much as you want us to offer. However, what I want to tell you is that the due diligence fee is almost more important right now if I can say that, and that's just my personal opinion from our experience, than the purchase price. Like, they go hand in hand, and if you understand that you have to put that amount down at the time of contract, the seller is going to cash it. And if you decide to walk away, or if you discover something in the inspections, something doesn't go right, you have to move somewhere else, your company says something, and suddenly you're not moving to North Carolina anymore, you will lose that. So it's a very risky move, right? So we need to be very aware of that due diligence fee, the amount that you're going to have to put in the due diligence fee, and the fact that you can lose it, right? The third very important thing is to remember that in North Carolina, the home is mostly coming in as-is condition. So do not take that as a, oh my God, they're not going to fix anything. That is not true. They could be fixing everything that you need. Like right now, for example, we have a case where we discovered 20% humidity in the crawl space. And we were clear with the sellers up front when we submitted the offer that we're not going to ask them to do anything. However, when there's issues like that, right? 20% humidity and mold in the crawl space is something that can affect your health. Also intense mold, or also quality of the water, also radon. There are things that we are definitely concerned about. So we're not going to just say, oh, remember, the sellers are not going to do anything, so take care, goodbye, have a nice life, Mr. Buyer. It's not quite like that. And this is why you have a great real estate agent to represent you. But when winning the offer, it's very important that we tell the seller up front and the listing agent up front that we are not going to be a bother for them, right? It's crazy, right? It's a really crazy market. We're not going to bother them. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to let them rest and be happy and work from home. And we're not going to go into their house 10 times in the next 2 weeks to do inspections. However, or to do 10,000 inspections. However, we're still going to do the inspections, right? We're still going to get back to them and tell them if there's anything that is health concerning or a material fact, if there's a leak from the roof, or if the crawl space again is full of mold, or whatever the case is, if there are termites, maybe the quality of the water, as I said, if it's a well, septic tank, and all of that. So that being said, with any questions, these are my top 3 picks for you guys. I don't want to make this go too long because I know that it could be a lot of information up front, especially if you're not living in the area and you do not know a lot about the due diligence fee. I know you might be asking about earnest money, but right now, some people do put due diligence and earnest money, some people don't, and that's a completely different conversation, because I feel that that is something that you can always recoup, right? I don't feel, that's the truth. You can recoup that earnest money if you have a due diligence period to do your inspection and all of that, but it's very rare that you can actually recoup your due diligence funds unless the seller misrepresents the property, right? So we're here with any questions, just let me know. Connect with me via YouTube, via Facebook, via Instagram, via TikTok. I am pretty much everywhere. And again, thank you again for everything. Thank you. I'm not gonna say again, I promise. I always have a problem with saying goodbye. Thank you. Take care.